This long homestand coming to an end. We have to leave the state of Arizona after today's ball game. But first things first, here at Chase Field, the Diamondbacks and Reds concluding this three-game series with matinee baseball. Hello again, everybody. Greg Schulte along with Luis Gonzalez. Well, as far as the Diamondbacks here in 2012, it's been a little bit of a change. The starters that began the season, only a couple of guys remaining off that starting rotation, Gonzo.
Yeah, it really has. It's been interesting here with the Diamondbacks, to say the least. The slot machine has started to roll once again.
Some injuries have deleted Hudson. Saunders traded. Cole Menner has also been injured, and in steps Skaggs, Miley, and Corbin. And that trio, those three rookies, have accounted for 21 wins for the Diamondbacks, which is tops in the National League. Patrick Corbin gets the ball today, making his 11th career start.
Yeah, I think Patrick's on a roll right now. He's had a little trouble with his command, walking some guys. He's working on some things. Let's hope he has a good start this afternoon.
And he's facing the best team in baseball right now, the Cincinnati Reds. You heard me right. Even without Joey Votto, they have not missed a beat. They're playing some great baseball. They've won the first two games of this series. We thank you for your contributions last night. With the mystery ball, we reached our goal of $2,000. Look at that total, $100,000 raised, Gonzo.
Wow, what an incredible night. Just want to say thank you to all the fans and followers out there. It's going to make a huge difference in the community.
So, again, thank you for your participation. We got over the hump when we went on to Twitter and Facebook at the end of the night. We'll roll on out of here, and when we come back, Brad Steinke asks the question. The best team in baseball. It might be these Reds. We're going to let you take a vote on it. Diamondbacks and Reds coming up. Matinee baseball here at Chase Field. We got it all coming right up. Powered by AT&T, the nation's largest 4G network. AT&T, rethink possible. And by Nissan. Get to Nissan Summer Saving Days. Now for holiday bonus cash, visit ChooseNissan.com and hurry into your local Nissan dealer before bonus cash ends on September 4th.
A Wednesday matinee here at Chase Field as the Arizona Diamondbacks look to close out this 10-game homestand in a winning way as they take on the central leading Cincinnati Reds. Patrick Corbin goes to the hill for the Arizona Diamondbacks. So that got us to thinking. The Reds, the best team in baseball, at least the best record right now. Who do you think is the best in all of Major League Baseball? The Reds at 79-52. The Nationals doing great stuff out east. The Texas Rangers have been playing outstanding baseball all season long. Of course, the Yankees year in, year out, pretty good. It's our Nissan text poll. If you think it's the Reds, you text A. The Nationals B, Rangers C, and Yankees D. Text to 36929. Of course, message and data rates do apply. The Dbacks really at 2-7 during this 10-game homestand. Kind of a tough task at hand as the Reds are rolling right now. They've dealt with some injury issues, but Matt Latos goes for them. Their starting pitching has been outstanding, but the D-backs trying to end their 5-game slide and wrap up this homestand in winning fashion before they go on the road against the NL West. Greg Schulte, Luis Gonzalez have the call next on Fox Sports Arizona.
Arizona Diamondbacks baseball is brought to you in part by Gila River Casinos, proud partner of the Arizona Diamondbacks. And by Jack in the Box. Get the All-American Jack Combo at Jack in the Box. It's a no-nonsense burger with fries and a drink for only $4.99 plus tax at participating stores. Well, the Diamondbacks, along with team president, CEO Derek Call, and Diamondbacks second baseman Aaron Hill, teaming up with the United Way to try and end hunger here in the state of Arizona. Always a good cause. Aaron stepped up to the plate, no pun intended there, and we hope it's a very successful campaign. Dusty Baker, 19th season as a skipper, and in his 5th with the Reds. Let's take a look at his lineup this afternoon. Still no Joey Votto. He's rehabbing, but close to being activated probably over the weekend. Cozart, Stubbs, and Phillips. Bruce in the cleanup spot today. Frazier playing third base, batting 5th. Heisey with Cairo, the veteran, at first base. Dionner Navarro catching. And the veteran right-hander, Matt Latos, on the mound. I say he's a veteran, but he's still very young. But a big part of this Reds rotation. This is Patrick Corbin making his 11th start. Roughed up a little bit last time, Gonzo, but he's had some good starts in his rookie campaign.
Yeah, he really has, and he's maturing every start out. He's had a couple trips up and down from AAA back up to the majors, but you could see the more time that he's spending up here, he's starting to really feel comfortable around some of the guys on the team. And, of course, the other two lefties that we've been talking about this whole weekend, it's been Corbin, Miley, Skaggs. These guys are all starting to come into their own.
Enough of this losing stuff. Let's get a win and get out of town and have a successful road trip. What do you say? Diamondbacks lost 5 straight here, 2-7 on this 10-game homestand. Here we go. And it's a strike to start the day. And you know when Ron Culp was calling balls and strikes. Crowd still making its way in here for this 12:40 first pitch. Swing and a miss. Diamondbacks probably as good as any team in baseball. It's starting exactly when they say they're going to start a ball game.
Yeah, they sure are.
Some teams, they'll start at 3 or 4 minutes after the scheduled first pitch. A little floater to second, right to Hill to start the ball game. So 3 pitches for Corbin and an out as he gets Kozar. Let's take a look at that Diamondback defense put out there by Kirk Gibson. Kubel, Young, and Upton. No Parra today. Wheeler's at third with Elmore at short. Hill at second. Goldschmidt back in the lineup at first base. And Nieves catching Corbin. There's a rookie. He's at short. Goldschmidt, first full season. Backman in first base. Probably a good day off for Goldschmidt Gonzo, as he was struggling a little bit with the bat and even a little bit with the glove. Good day to rest your mind.
Yeah, it really was. And now he's probably feel a little bit more refreshed coming out today. Got to watch a game yesterday. And, you know, day games are always interesting, especially for veteran guys. A lot of veteran players, managers usually give them that day off, as Miguel Montero has today off.
Mike Corbin missing a lot of bats here early, isn't he?
Yeah, he's really got a good fastball going today.
Throwing nothing but strikes early on here. And he gets Stubbs. 2 quick outs. So a good start to the afternoon for Patrick Corbin. Again, 1 and 2 in the batting order for the Reds has been a nightmare all season long. Lowest on base percentage, lowest batting average. They haven't done anything in the series really to hurt the Diamondbacks, except for Valdez in that 2 spot in the order in that first game.
Yeah, that was a nice breaking ball too right there by Corbin. So seems to be very aggressive this afternoon, attacking the strike zone.
Well, let's see if Brandon Phillips gives you that not ready to hit, I'm going to take a first pitch, as he's done in the first 2 games. Yeah. He was still swinging the bat as that ball was being delivered.
Well, Greg, you got that down like clockwork with him.
Yeah. It's just what he does. I have a feeling, though, he can kind of lull you to sleep and maybe blast one somewhere when you least expect it. So you better not be too cautious with him.
Well, that's what most veteran guys do. I remember when Doug Dbacks, who's a coach and now in our minor league systems, first pitch of every ball game, breaking ball.
Wow, how about the inning for Patrick Corbin? 10 pitches, 9 strikes, a pair of strikeouts. And the Reds are down at order 1, 2, 3. Pretty impressive start for the young lefty. Kirk Gibson can watch his team roll to a victory here today. Salvage a game in this series with the Reds. Snap this 5-game skid. Let's take a look at his lineup. Young back in the leadoff spot, then Hill and Kubel. Goldschmidt back in the cleanup spot. Upton moves back to 5. Then it's Wheeler, Elmore, Nieves, and Patrick Corbin. We'll face the big right-hander, Matt Latos, a former Padre, making his 27th start. So 26 starts and only 14 decisions. It's a lot of games out early when games either still close. He's not getting a decision on him. Innings pitched to hits. Here we go. Young leading off.
Well, there was a time where the pitchers, when they had a lot of tattoos and ink like he does, they used to have to wear sleeves.
Yeah. Who was the there was one pitcher in particular a few years back. Can't remember who that was. I don't know what the delay's been here, but I guess we're finally set to go. And see why swinging on the first one, foul, and out of play. You know, Cairo's been around a long time. You didn't play with him anywhere, did you?
No, but he has been around.
He's playing first base today. His Reds ball club has really done a terrific job without Votto. I mean, you take out maybe the best hitter in the National League, and you do what the Reds have done in that absence. It just shows you they got a good all-around ball club. One stretch they won 22 out of 25. They're 29-14 without Votto.
Well, I tell you, and Frazier's done a great job of picking up the slack for him, that young rookie. Getting his start today at third base.
Justin Miller is a pitcher we were thinking about that he's played with the Marlins.
No, I played with him.
Yeah.
But he always wore the sleeve, so I never really got to see.
Yeah.
And he ended, I think that happened when he was with Toronto before that.
Yeah. 1-2 count. Thanks to our truck for the guys in the truck finding that one out.
Well, those guys don't miss a beat in the truck.
Ask and you shall receive. 2-2 count here on CY. Little floater foul. For Chris Young, this is his 14th game this season in the leadoff spot. Willie Bloomquist's the most used leadoff man. 53 starts. Been a while since Willie's played, though. Is that an area the Diamondbacks need to maybe focus on going into next season? That leadoff spot, somebody they can rely on day in and day out?
Well, I think so. I think, it's an important spot, especially when you got some guys in the middle of the order like a Kubel that could drive in some runs. I think third base, still a question mark there.
Hey, that's a good start, huh? CY going the other way and see if he challenges. He's got his mind made up. Heading for second, and he is out at second base. Nice throw by Votto, by Bruce, out in right field. And Kurt Gibson's going to come out and argue with second base umpire Jim Wolf. I don't see Gibby out of the dugout very often.
Second baseman, number 2.
A nice swing by Chris Young, but tries to push the envelope a little bit, getting to first, trying to squeeze a little bit out and try to get to second base. Now, Bruce made a good job getting to it. See why never let up going.
That angle looked like they got him. I think he got it right. Let's look again.
Yeah, they got him.
So that'll go as a single and out, trying to stretch it to a double. 9-6. Bruce to Kozar. And the strike there on Hill now.
And I think that was a great approach what CY had there. You got to go the opposite way with Latos. Look for something out over the outer half of the plate. Shoot the ball to center field, right center field.
Hill, did he go? He did not. Noah Cousins, veteran down at first base, said he held up.
Well, and as a player, when you look at Latos, these are the kind of guys that players call them iron mics. And an iron mic is like an old pitching machine. They come right over the top. He has a little bit of that pause hesitation when he stops. You can see the ball behind his backside, and then he comes right over the top.
Down low for a ball. They gave up a boatload to get this guy from the Padres. There's a guy who's way over the top.
Yeah, there's another iron mic. Cole Mentor.
He'll probably be activated over the weekend when the rosters expand. Foul back to the screen. Latos was acquired by the Reds and the Padres in the deal that sent Yonder Alonso, Brad Boxberger, Yasmani Grandal, and Edinson Volquez to San Diego.
A lot of pieces to that puzzle.
9-14 last year for the Padres. 14-10 back in 2010. Full countdown, 3-2 on Hill.
Well, I think sometimes when teams make a trade, there's always an added player or two that gets thrown in there, whether it's a salary dump, or you saw that lately with the Dodgers with Gonzalez.
It's a walk. Let me stop and think how this inning started for Latos. A hit. He got a break when Young was thrown out trying to stretch it to a double, but now he walks Hill. And now here comes Jason Kubel. Kubel says he's getting close.
Yep. Let's hope today is close for him. Well, he picked up an RBI last night, so
80 now.
Hopefully that's a good sign.
Every time a Diamondback player hits a home run this season, Fulton Homes will donate $150 to the Central Arizona Mountain Rescue Association. Outside.
Well, he continues to pound everybody away. Doesn't come in too often.
2 for 2 with 2 home runs against Matt Latos. It's Kubel. He's got his number early. Let's make it 3 for 3 with 3, right?
We'll take it.
July 18th, Jason Kubel went yard against Latos. It was a blast. Latos didn't even look. Diamondbacks split that 4-game set at Great American Ballpark. Remember, they had a 5-0 lead in the finale and ended up losing 6-5. They should have won 3 out of 4.
We chased a high fastball, and more times when you play over at Comerica Park, the Great American Park, excuse me, it's going to be a lot of home runs hit there.
Yeah.
So you got to play good defense and hope that your pitcher keeps the ball down. Latos caught a break there. He swung at the high fastball. Instead of a 3-1 count, now he's sitting 2-2.
Already a new supply of baseball. We had a ton of foul balls last night in that ball game. We were trying to sell the mystery balls, and as many as we were selling foul balls were going into the stands here last night. Hey, nice grab there on the ricochet. Nothing to it.
Fans got great hands out here the last couple days.
More foul balls. He got his glove on.
Yep. Son's got the face paint. Little Diamondback logo.
Mm-hmm. Kubel putting a good at bat here on Latos. It's going to be pitch number 8 coming up in his AB. Remember the bat Roland had last night? That was the difference maker in that game. That 15-pitch at bat, which ended in a walk.
Yeah, and I think it got him a little tired in that inning. Ended up leaving some balls up in the zone, and it ended up costing him a couple of runs.
Talking about Wade Miley, who unfortunately suffered the loss in that ball game. Hey, got that one into shallow center, and Cozart moving back out. The shortstop makes the catch. And that's out number 2. Sounded like he broke his bat.
Yeah, he got another fastball up in the zone, got jammed. You hear the bat crack, broken bat.
Goldschmidt got last night off. He played 34 straight. Average has dipped down below 290 for the first time in quite some time. Still a very respectable 287 in his first full season. It's only been a 3 for 25 homestand for Goldschmidt. 5 runs scored, 5 walks. We had a good rip at that one. Anytime the Diamondbacks score 6 or more, Taco Bell gives away 3 free tacos with the purchase of a large drink between 4 and 6 p.m. the following day at participating locations. Like you said last time, we need to get to that 6 total. Diamondbacks 5 runs or less in their last 9 consecutive home games.
Well, I'll tell you, those workers at Taco Bell are waiting for us.
He just blew the fastball by him. 0-2 count.
See if Goldie can shorten up a little bit on his swing and try to put something in play here.
A little purpose in it. Latos. 1-2, knocked him back off the plate.
It seems to me like he likes to elevate that fastball, throw it a little bit just above the hands. And hitters see that. It looks good to them, but it gets on them a little bit quicker than what they're anticipating.
Chopper first base side dribbles foul. So the Dbacks made Latos work here in this first inning. Thrown a lot of pitches already. Haven't done any damage thus far. Runner on, 2 out.
Well, we know what the back end of their rotation looks like with those guys in the bullpen, the 7th, 8th, and 9th guys. It'd be nice to kind of see their middle guys. Their starters have been able to go deep into the ball game, shorten the game up.
Coito went 7 last night. Arroyo 6. Could have probably gone longer in the first game. And Broxton and Chapman putting it away late. Outside.
A nice job by Goldie laying off the pitch, getting it back to a 2-2 count now.
Runner goes and a shot to center, a base hit. He'll make the turn. He'll go on to third without a play. So Goldschmidt, after a day off, comes back with a solid single to center. And the inning will continue for Latos.
A nice job by Goldie, just finding out some pitches, getting a fastball right down the middle, staying up the middle on a swing. See Hill going from first to third. Now it's up to Justin Upton here.
Batting 5th in the order, which is kind of a new spot for him over the second half of the season. He hit 3rd most of the year, 83 times. This is his 31st appearance in the 5 spot in the order.
And to me, I think this is a spot here, 5th or 6th for him right now until he develops into a better bona fide middle of the order type hitter.
And Ron Culpa gave it a good look, said it missed a little low and inside, ball 1.
I think the consistency is what we're looking for out of Justin.
Runners in scoring position, 5 home runs, 43 driven in. That called a balk. Home plate umpire Ron Culpa called a balk on Matt Latos, giving the Diamondbacks a run and pushing Goldschmidt to second. He'll crosses the plate. Steve Baker, quizzical look. Latos was wondering what he did.
Latos was saying he stepped off the mound. Let's take a look here. See,
he did. Outside with a pitch. So the Diamondbacks get a run on a balk. They won't balk at that, will they? They take any run they can get a lead. See if Upton can get them another one. 3-0. One more look here, Gonzo.
What's a slight movement that he'll give you here in a second? There it was right there. He just flinched a little bit, just enough for the umpires to see it.
What do you think about that? I mean, that was so minuscule. Most probably didn't even see it. I mean, is that they talk about deception?
Yeah, it was
Well, I mean, it was a balk according to the rules, the way they're laid out. But, I mean, is that real?
Yeah, it's very, very minimal, but a great job by the umpires to see it. And right now, the way we're going, we'll take it.
Yeah, that's what I said. I'll take it. Brian Price going to go out and visit with Latos here. He's thrown a lot of pitches, as you just saw. 31 this first inning. 2 walks. Now he deals with the rookie, Ryan Wheeler.
Well, a great spot right here for Wheeler. See if we can get the kid to come up with another big hit for us.
Corbin's got a lead.
Yep. Wheeler's been swinging the bat well. He's been hitting a lot of balls to left field, left center.
He and Parr combined for all 4 of the Diamondback hits last night. And Lato's got a strike on the inside corner.
Well, really, Latos has minimized his damage with Chris Young getting the base hit, trying to stretch it to a double. It's been fortunate that there's only 1 run right now given up.
Miss away.
Well, you could see in Latos' body language, he just received that throwback, and you can tell he's fighting it and trying to find his release point.
That's why you'd like to make it more than a 1-run first inning if you can, if you're the Diamondbacks. Cairo ventured a little too far, but he does get back to take the toss from Phillips, and that will end the inning. Latos, long inning for him, but he only gives up 1, and he balked in the run.
Patrick Corbin, but what about his hops? Guy plays some basketball as well. That has been on YouTube, a 360 jam. And earlier, it's our Geico quote of the game. Last night on Twitter, he tweeted out, "Wow, watching YouTube videos on how to tie a tie and still can't figure it out." Guys, you got to have coat and tie in the plane, so I hope he finally got it nailed down.
Yeah, he might be one of a few guys, right? Thanks, Brad. Well, he can. The ball was whisked down the first base line, but foul by Jay Bruce.
Well, Brad, when you're a kid young like that, I think the answer to that is a clip-on. Get you a little clip-on tie.
They still make those?
Occasionally, they do for the little kids.
What you've got
young
today?
Kids. No, I got mine. I tied mine earlier.
Oh, you've already got it tied and ready.
Yeah, I
just
tied it earlier at the house.
I see.
I didn't want to struggle with it here at the stadium.
All right.
And no, my wife didn't tie my tie. I did it myself. Okay.
Right. I was going there.
You guys got quiet in here in the booth. I know y'all were wondering.
Swing and a miss.
A nice pitch by Corbin.
2-2 count on Bruce. 257 hitter with 27 long balls, 81 runs batted in. A lot of ways, if you look at his numbers, very similar to Kubel. Kubel's got a little higher batting average, but the home runs and RBIs just about the same. Extra the doubles, hits. Ball 4. Corbin has had more difficulty with lefties, really, as he loses Bruce to start this inning with a walk after breezing through the first inning.
And Greg, you know, this is where the D-backs have been in trouble this whole homestand. Every time they've scored first in a majority of these games. 6 games. And every time they've scored, the opposing team has come back to score in the bottom half of that inning.
Diamondbacks gone 2 and 4 in the 6 that they have taken later. It's Todd Frazier now. Inside with that pitch. So Corbin back against righties now. The only lefty Bruce in the order. But again, the lefties have caused him more problems. 368 to only 227 for right-handed hitters against Corbin. That's hit to center field. Easy for Young. Puts it away. Bruce back to first.
Well, those are interesting numbers, and that's one thing that he's going to have to figure out, because he's one of those left-handers that can very much neutralize those good left-handed hitters. But if they're hitting 368 against you,
you're going to start to see more left-handers maybe in the lineup by the opposing manager when they start seeing those.
You want to be an effective lefty, just like when Randy Johnson used to pitch. Those left-handers would take that occasional day off of.
Well, that's a little over the top.
Yeah. Well, I mean, there are those lefties out there. They don't have to be Hall of Fame type guys, but when they're tough on those left-handed hitters, those are usually the days the managers like to give those big lefties off.
I knew right-handed hitters who requested the day off against Randy. Here's Heisey. Heisey is a very good complementary player. I mean, a guy who can start for you through a long course of ball games, good pinch hitter. He's had 280 at bats this year.
Well, I tell you, there's a good general manager in Walt Jocketty here with the Cincinnati Reds. Used to be with the St. Louis Cardinals. He's done a lot of homework on a lot of these players, and him and Dusty Baker have gotten together and put together a pretty solid bench.
Good strike there from Corbin. While Jocketty was with Tony La Russa for years in Oakland, and then they both moved to St. Louis. Jocketty then on to Cincinnati. So he stayed in the NL Central now for a while.
Very familiar with a lot of players in this league.
Tony La Russa was here on this homestand visiting, working for the commissioner's office now. Ball and a strike on Heisey. Dbacks got the run in this ball game on a balk.
Boy, in the books, it looks like an RBI, though. We'll take it any way we can get it.
Latos walked 2 and gave up 2 hits in that inning. Damage could have been worse.
You would have thought. We sent 6 guys up, and
4 reached base.
The only way we manufactured a run was through that balk.
See the gentleman without any hair there working on the gun. That's Paul Lessard, who was the first Diamondback trainer. Moved on to Boston, now with the Reds. Paulie.
He's got a couple World Series rings. Yeah. One with here at the Diamondbacks, another one with Boston Red Sox. He's hoping to try to get a third now with the Cincinnati Reds.
And in watching this ball club, the way they're going right now, they get Votto back into the mix. They'd have just as good a shot as anybody. I don't think there's a clear-cut favorite in the National League. Another throw over. You look at the contenders right now. Washington's lead over Atlanta's 4. Cincinnati with a 7-game lead over the Cardinals. San Francisco and the Dodgers and the Diamondbacks 8.5 back. Your wild card contenders: Atlanta, St. Louis, Pittsburgh, LA, and Arizona, with Washington, Cincinnati, and San Francisco the division leaders. Swing and a miss. Corbin struck out his 3rd and 2 outs in the inning now. He's getting all the right-handers.
Yeah. We just saw a shot of Dusty Baker a little while ago. Here's the pitch by Corbin. Breaking ball down and in, 79 miles an hour, the lower half of the strike zone. That's where he needs to lead those pitches. Here's Dusty Baker. We love watching Dusty play. He manages with wristbands on. He's got the toothpick in his mouth. Boy, he was a great player when he played.
I guess Darren's in school right now, his son, right?
Yeah.
Don't have to keep him from around the plate area with the save by J.T. Snow. There's a strike.
Yeah, his son was actually the one who, in a playoff game, went running out to pick the bat up at home plate, and the rules changed after that. bat boys had to be a little bit older.
He came out to pick it up, and he was round right at the plate, and J.T. Snow crossed the plate and grabbed him and got him out of the way. There's a chopper. That's Corbin. Throw. Got him on a nice play. Kind of a slow developing play, but he ends up getting Cairo, and the walk didn't hurt him. That man is stranded. So the Diamondbacks, after 1.5 on top here, 1-0. By Kia Motors. Well, it's coat and tie day. Businessman's special. And that's what we call these early afternoon games during the week. So the Diamondbacks have to get back to the business at hand.
Well, yeah, and let's hope that they're all business today. They've jumped out to an early 1-0 lead. Let's see if we can build on it.
That gentleman had, you saw the ticket sticking out of his pocket. Remember all the old, some Valera there for the Diamondbacks, but remember all the old vintage black and white shots in the hats that the gentleman wore? They'd put the ticket, drive to right field, did pretty well here, but Bruce tracks it down off the bat of Jake Elmore to start the second inning. They put the ticket in the hat back in the days. And no, I don't remember doing that, but I remember seeing that. He's got the ticket sticking out of his pocket there. Another one.
You used to wear the hat?
No. No, I did not. Boy, everybody's got the ticket in the pocket. How about that? Of course, all those gentlemen are hoping they're not on TV, so. Busted.
Our guys on camera making sure they get everybody with a collared shirt today.
That must be the thing. Put that ticket in the pocket. Will Nieves helped the Diamondbacks to a win in Pittsburgh. First start on the last road trip, or 2 road trips ago, I guess it was. We've been on the road so much. Going back out now for 10, starting tomorrow in L.A. Well, Latos needs a quick inning. Threw a lot of pitches in that first inning. Walked a couple, gave up a couple of hits. Damage could have been worse than the 1 run the Diamondbacks got. Out of play.
It's a high fastball. Will fouls it off.
Again, for the amount of players that the Padres got for Latos, I think Cincinnati was hoping more than 10 wins. And a little bit more consistency out of Latos. Still young, though. He's made every start, so he's giving them innings outside.
Well, we talked earlier in this series about how their pitchers, they just continue to eat up. All their starters continue to just eat up innings.
He's pitched this entire season at the age of 24. So he's still a baby.
6'6", 225.
Yeah.
Wow.
Swing and a miss. It was down on strikes. Welcome to the weigh-in, delivered by the UPS store. All you have to do is log on to Facebook, Twitter, or FoxSportsArizona.com to share your thoughts on our discussion topic. Which of the Diamondbacks young lefties have you been most impressed with this season? Well, Miley's given him the most mileage. And of course, the 14 wins. He's been absolutely terrific. Skaggs, you've seen a couple of starts.
Now, are you talking about Skaggs and Corbin, or are you going to throw Miley into that group? You want to throw all of them in there, huh? Okay.
And then, of course, Patrick Corbin. That's Skaggs and Miley. And fans can weigh in on that. Talked to Miley, by the way, about the Hurricane Isaac. His home is right north of Lake Pontchartrain, which is right there in New Orleans, outside of New Orleans. He said they're getting a lot of rain right now, but most of the family is stuck around. He's in constant contact. The storm right now just seems to be not moving.
It's just sitting there. Yep. And I'm sure he's keeping a close eye on it.
Corbin's had a couple of hits, 2 hits and 23 at bats.
Well, he just look out, just got out of the way.
Gone full on the pitcher here.
I'm more impressed about the 360 slam dunk he did a little while ago on YouTube.
May have to show that one again sometime. He struck him out swinging. 2 strikeouts in the inning, and Latos gets the side in order. We'll move to the third. Diamondbacks with a lead. To the Miller Tage team at 620. For your chance to win one of 3 division rival flyaway trips this summer. Matinee baseball, maybe a little meeting going on right there. And gentleman on the phone, maybe back to the office. Oh, he might have gotten busted. Uh-oh.
Got to go back to work.
Uh-oh. Excuse me.
We had him on earlier, right? His boss must have
spotted him.
Yep, got to go back to work. Catch the rest of this game on TV back at the office.
Meeting and then can come back over, right? Third inning here, and Dionner Navarro will lead it off. Oh, says Ron Kolb. Off of the glove of Corbin. Charge Wheeler. Throw. Got him. Nice play. One, 5-3.
A nice job by Wheeler reacting to the ball hit off of Corbin's glove. Makes a nice running play. Comes in, bare hands it. Nice throw across to first.
I didn't even really have time to tell you that Dionner Navarro, for a very brief period of time, didn't even play with the Diamondbacks, was once a Diamondback. He came over for Randy Johnson, the Javier Vazquez deal back in 05. Then was shipped to LA in the Sean Green deal. There's a shot to right center. That's a hit off the bat of Latos. It's his 11th hit of the year. A double home run, 4 RBIs, and now a total of 9 singles.
I'll tell you what, these pitchers continue to hit our young lefties. They're the ones doing all the damage against our young left-handed pitchers.
Oh, he's back. He got everything straightened out with his boss. That's good.
He's probably told his boss he'll work late today. He'll get back to the office later.
Got to come to an afternoon baseball game, right? Downtown?
You got to.
Gozart will fly to center here. Boy, the Reds, top of the order, has really been an enigma for him. Gozart, Stubbs, whomever.
Yeah, what's going to happen with the Reds when they get in the playoffs and they can't get their first 2 guys on base?
Well, I guess if you get Votto back, you might have an option if you want to maybe lead off Phillips. I like him, though, where he is kind of in the order. You know, he's an RBI producer. But
Frazier, he's been getting on base a lot. I mean, if you don't run that much, you just need guys to get on base. You get his bat a couple extra times up, hitting up in the order.
Here's with and without Joey Votto. You really have to credit Dusty Baker and his staff picking it up with a loss like that. Votto rehabbing right now and could be activated as early as Saturday. Now, how soon he would play, don't know that. Of course, you have to be on the roster to be active for the postseason on September 1st.
Well, you know, and even with their first 2 guys not getting on base all the time, I think Dusty's not too concerned because he's got pitching and he's got a good bullpen.
Swing and a miss. That's a strikeout, fourth of the day for Patrick Corbin. And he's blanked the Reds here through 3 innings. A hit of the inning by Latos. He's stranded. Dbacks bat bottom of the 3rd. Chase Field here in downtown Phoenix won't have any baseball here now until the 11th of September when the Diamondbacks return home. Dodgers will be first in the 2-game series, and then the Giants come in for 3 over that weekend, and then the Padres 3, and off to another road trip, Colorado, San Francisco. Final homestand of the year, Chicago, that comes back for a second time, and then the Rockies. And the season ends this year on October 3rd. It ends on a Wednesday. Sounds like the postseason will kick off Thursday, I believe, with that wild card game. That's going to make for one interesting game of baseball.
It will be. There'll be a lot of eyes on those games.
Man, that's do or die, one ball game.
And you can't hold anybody back.
No.
You got to throw your ace on that day.
There's Chris Young to lead it off. Second time around now against Latos. Young singled to right center and then tried to stretch it into a double, and Bruce threw him out. And I guarantee you too, Luis, there are going to be some teams that have to come right down to that wire.
Yeah, from the looks of it, and
have to maybe use one of their starters, and then but you have to get to the postseason, so you have to pull all the strings late to get there. And ground ball hit to short. First, but you have to, you first have to get there. So whatever you have to do to get there in that wild card spot, you do that, and then maybe you have to piece things together in that wild card game.
Well, it just seems to me like the teams that have been winning it as of late are usually the wild card teams, because those are the ones that are playing meaningful games all the way through the end of the season. Some teams wrap it up with a week or 2 to go. Then these teams got to play for something all the way through, and then they end up being the hottest teams all the way through the playoffs.
Well, now they're the Miami Marlins, but the Florida Marlins have never won the division, but yet they've been in the wild card twice, and they've won 2 World Series.
You think of the Cardinals, what they did last year.
Hill walked his first time up, scored the Diamondback run on a walk. Back end of the 3rd. Frazier's throw is right on the money. 2 quick outs here. This was after Chris Young's ground ball out. A little smile and a little conversation going on.
They probably cross paths somewhere down the line.
Young 4 for 10 going into this ball game. He's actually 5 for 12 now with a home run off Latos. Two haws, and that means strike 2 on Kubel.
Well, you think Kubel's average has just dipped now to 266. It seemed like last week or a couple weeks ago he was at 297, 298. He was up there.
Again, it's been a really tough month of August. Sub 200.
I bet he's waiting for that calendar to flip over to September.
I'll maybe put up those June numbers that he put up when he hit 11 home runs. He strikes out. This inning's over. And Latos now starting to breeze. He's retired 7 straight. Corbin back to work in the 4th with a 1-run lead. Of your iPhone, iPad, Android, BlackBerry, and Windows Mobile. Get live audio, pitch tracking, video highlights, and more. Text @BAT to 31826 or visit dbacks.com for details. There's a youngin' enjoying the ball game. Or whatever, but it is a youngin'. We know that. Hey, again, and thank everyone last night who participated in the Mystery Ball. We got to those 2,000 sales and $100,000 raised.
Wow, what an incredible night. That was a lot of fun. A lot of support, a lot of fan support. We love it.
And we were told that about a third of the purchases, the donations made, and the 2,000 were from out of state. Phillips out number 1. I think a lot of it was JJ's cell, don't you?
It really was. And you know what? And Todd Walsh was going to step up. He was going to pick up whatever was left over. I know Joe Borowski
bailed out.
Joe put him on the spot. Todd was like, I'll take over at the end, whatever you guys need. So he must have called his friends.
Well, I saw Todd, and he had his wallet, and he had his billfold and his checkbook handy. But he
had a combination lock on that one, though.
Well, here's the left-handed hitter in their lineup, Jay Bruce. JJ had a lot of fun with that infomercial. Played it well. Definite pitch man.
Well, I'll tell you, JJ had great experience because he came up in the Seattle Mariners, and those guys used to have great commercials with Edgar Martinez, Griffey Jr.
promoting the ball club.
Ichiro, and Randy Johnson. Look at him. His facial expressions.
Look out. Wow. Brad Stanky came up with that baseball. That way, Brad.
He was all over it.
Whew. Nice catch.
Been waiting for one all year long, by the way.
Swing and a miss. That's 5 strikeouts for Patrick Corbin.
No, for the kid.
Hey, Brad.
Kid. I just threw it up there, and a guy intercepted my pass.
Oh, I hate when that happens.
I feel like one of the Cardinals quarterbacks.
Where'd that hit? Where exactly did that ball hit?
It actually came in right in here, and it bounced off. It got me in the right.
So it did hit you on the ricochet.
Yeah, it did. Brad, I'm not as quick as I used to be.
You're a quick one-liner guy, throwing the Cardinals under the bus right there.
It's preseason.
No DL, though, for you. You're okay?
I'm good.
All right.
Yeah.
Nice job.
Brad will be performing tonight. He's got 2 shows tonight at 7 and 10.
One time that happened, and Don Baylor said he was going to give me a glove. I don't know if that'd do any good for me, but yeah.
All right. Always like to make the kids happy. The toss, the catch, the interception. Funny thing was, Brad really wasn't aiming for the person he threw the ball to. Frazier's some very impressive rookie numbers offensively. And again, I think it's down to Wade Miley and Todd Frazier for National League Rookie of the Year. Oh, man, Corbin is throwing the strikes here today.
He really has. That fastball is electric this afternoon. 92 miles an hour right here. Well, Frazier looked like he didn't even want any piece of that.
Got him. Oh. Patrick Corbin right now, folks, is dealing 6 strikeouts. And he's worked a 1-0 lead through his first 4 innings of pitching this afternoon.
Who's your everyday hero? Nominate an everyday hero at valleychevy.com or facebook.com/valleychevy. McDonald's. I'm loving it. Back at Chase Field, Diamondbacks come to bat here in the bottom of the 4th inning. It'll be 4, 5, and 6 against Matt Latos, who's given up 2 hits. The run he gave up, the only run of this game, a balk in the first inning. Goldschmidt, Upton, and Wheeler. Time to get some more runs here, Luis Gonzalez.
See if we can get Goldie going. He got a hit it his first time up. See if he can do it again. Slow breaking ball. Latos got a lot of pitches already into the 4th, coming up on 60. 57 right now.
Most of those were in the first inning. That's popped up into left field. Heisey played right field last night. Let's catch on left here today. 8 in a row now set down by Latos. 58 pitches thrown.
Well, I tell you, as an outfielder, these are great days. You play indoors, indoor stadium, no sun, no wind. Got a dark roof, nothing to worry about. None of the elements.
There's a strike. Oh, we've got a joint at birth. Michael Gross and the gentleman we had earlier. That he played the part, of course, of Stephen Keaton in Family Ties. Michael Gross.
That's a good call right there. Guy can't catch a break from the TV guys.
Yeah, if he wasn't busted earlier, he is now.
Yeah, he's just trying to enjoy the game.
He may be the boss, though, right? His own boss. Now, good to see all the businessmen out here. There's a line drive ripped to left field by Justin Upton. He's been on twice now with a walk and a single off Latos.
Third baseman, Ryan Wheeler.
And again, it's been a tough homestand for the Arizona Diamondbacks, to say the least. 2-7. Upton has the most hits of anybody on this homestand. That was his 10th. But again, it's 10 games, so you stretch that out. Hill's got 9 hits. Just not a lot of offense.
I'd like to see Upton start running a little bit more.
Wheeler, center field, and that is caught out there by Stubbs. Throw back. And Upton just took it back in.
Well, I tell you, Wheeler's been snake bit a little bit in this series. He's hit some balls right on the nose. Nice swing, the inner half of the plate. Well, if that ball gets by Stubbs, he's off to the races. When Latos is a guy that you can run off, he's given up 16 stolen bases. They've only caught 3.
Elmore fly to right his first time up. Dodgers playing a day game today, and they're on top of the Rockies. No Matt Kemp. That's a strike.
You think we're going to see him this weekend?
They said a few days. He crashed into the wall. I showed you the video last night. You see the score. The MRI, I guess, on the knee was negative. He's not in the lineup today. We'll see what transpires after that. Nice pitch.
Well, I never ran into the wall that hard. The hardest I think I've run into a wall was at Wrigley Field, and I got a face full of leaves, the ivy. That collision he had last night was some kind of impact right there.
And he did that twice.
Yeah.
In that series there. That warning track is usually a pretty good indicator where you are. And you know the steps you have until you get to that wall, but I guarantee you that wall won't give out. You can't run through a wall. You see the fence area we have here at Chase Field that extends from the right field foul pole over to right center, then becomes padding with a little fence area up in the pool level. How supportive is that?
Well, it's a nice cushion, but behind that is a concrete wall, like you said, and it's not going anywhere.
High and tight. This, in case you missed it, is what happened to Matt Kemp last night. Wow.
Boy, that was like a boxer right there, the knockout punch.
He stayed in the ball game too. Refused to come out, but then eventually he did have to leave in that inning. Of course, Chris Young suffered that injury early on in the season for the Diamondbacks. That was tough. That was that right shoulder contusion. He made that great running catch and then slammed into the wall in left center field. Missed a month.
Well, usually you see the collisions. They're always, most of the time, it's center fielders. Those guys got to go a long way. Remember the one Aaron Rowland a couple years back in Philadelphia.
More fouls it back.
And Colorado's got a short warning track. Most guys, when they're running from grass, and you could feel the difference on from the grass to the clay in the outfield, you know that you have a couple steps to go. This one's a little bit longer here at Chase Field.
Every ballpark is different.
Pretty much, yeah. And you know, that's what batting practice is for those outfielders, to try to get familiar with the grounds that they have.
Elmore into left. That's a long way to go. Not caught. Dbacks going to end up getting around, up and motoring around the bases. And he will score on a double by Elmore. Great effort out there by Heisey, who laid out. But he just couldn't come up with it. And the Diamondbacks lead 2-0 on Jake Elmore's first career run batted in.
Well, there you see the nice diving attempt, and we caught a break there because it kicked off his glove.
And boy, Upton, was he motor?
That ball seemed like it was up in the air forever for him to get there.
Will Nieves getting a intentional walk here. Justin scores yet another run. His 83rd of the season. He's in the top 10 in runs scored in the National League. So Jake Elmore finally gets that first big league run batted in.
Well, what do you think he was thinking? He hit that ball up in the air. Get down, huh?
Yeah. Well, now Patrick Corbin's going to have a chance to help his own cause.
Pitcher, Patrick Corbin.
You know those pitchers, when another pitcher gets a hit off him, he wants to return the favor and get a hit off his mound opponent. Latos had a hit off Corbin. His third walk given up by Latos. Pitch count starting to get up there on Latos. 73 now.
Well, I'd like to see Corbin get something up in the zone and just get a base hit right here.
He's looking for his first major league run batted in. He's got a couple of hits. Take a look at our high speed pitch brought to you by CenturyLink today. Latos and Corbin. 95-93. About where you expect these two.
Yep.
Somebody get the baseball. Okay. Elmore with the RBI double. Nieves, the intentional walk. Upton scored this inning. And a ground ball to second. Bat almost got Nieves running to second base. Side retired, but a run came with 2 outs. The double by Elmore. 2 left. 2-0 Diamondbacks. Look at our RamTrucks.tv pool. RAPS Energy All-Star Patrick Corbin through the front 4 here today. Only the one hit. He is fan 6. Hit, by the way, is by the pitcher.
Yeah, and he's had an unbelievable fastball, and he's been able to throw that breaking ball effective today.
Well, now he's got an extra run to work with. It's the Diamondbacks just plated one in the 4th. And he'll go up against Heisey, Cairo, and Navarro. 46 pitches thrown, 34 been strikes. Struck out 2 in the first inning, one each I should say in the second and third, and had a pair of strikeouts in the 4th.
Leading off, left fielder
D-back fans, visit your local UPS stores. Donate a new book to receive tickets to the upcoming Diamondbacks series with the Padres. September 18th through the 20th. All donations received will be matched dollar for dollar by the Diamondbacks Foundation. And the benefit, Toys for Tots literacy program presented by the UPS store. D-backs will also be collecting books during the game September 16th at the Community Clubhouse. In the air in the right field for Justin Upton. First pitch swinging. Chris Heisey out number 1. These guys are a very aggressive hitting team, the Reds. They go after a lot of early pitches in the count.
Yeah, they don't hang around. That's great for Corbin. He's been very effective with all his pitches this afternoon.
We were talking a little bit earlier about Joey Votto. He is in the lineup for Dayton tonight as he continues his rehab. They got rained out in the first game he was going to play, so maybe one game back for him. Foul back. The Reds have the best base stealer in the game right now. Their minor league assistant, Billy Hamilton. Well, Jocketty was saying that today he probably will not be called up in September, but will play in the Arizona Fall League. That's skied to left field. And Kubel has it for out number 2. And Gonzo, you know, that Arizona Fall League, you see the guys who are right on the cusp. In fact, some guys who even are on major league rosters going to play in that league for a month and a half. And see a guy like Billy Hamilton, that'll be a lot of fun.
Oh, great. I mean, a couple of years ago, I don't know if it was last year or 2 years ago, you had Harper and Trout in the same outfield out there. So exciting time.
And
well, I'm surprised that the Reds aren't even thinking about bringing him up, especially in the playoffs when you know, there are times where it's a close game. You might want that stolen base.
There's a strike here to Dionner Navarro. Of course, our own Matt Williams will manage the Scottsdale entry in the Arizona Fall League. He's looking forward to that.
And those are great games to go to. I usually take my son out. A couple of our youth teams go out there. And
the other fun thing is about all the people you see, general managers, managers from the other teams, even some players who live in the area.
It's kind of the sleeper thing to do in town.
How about this easy inning for Patrick Corbin as Goldschmidt takes care of Dionner Navarro. 5 shutout innings today for Patrick Corbin, and he has retired 7 in a row. The Angel, youngest player at 25 home runs, 40 stolen bases in the season. He's got a month left. Go 30 and 50. First rookie all time. Our AT&T trivia question for you. Prior to Mike Trout, name the 3 youngest players with 25 plus home runs and 40 plus stolen bases in a season.
The 3 youngest. Well, you could already put Mike Trout's name on the Rookie of the Year. It's just a matter if he's going to win the American League Most Valuable Player too.
25 and 40.
Griffey Jr.
I didn't think he'd be there. No.
Oh.
Wow. Wow.
A-Rod.
There you go.
Okay, you take it from there, Greg.
You learn quick.
Yeah.
You learn quick.
Hey, I'm a smart rookie. I'm like a sponge up here.
Top of the order against Matt Latos. Young foul out of play. Chris had a base hit in the first inning. Tried to stretch it to a double, but Bruce threw him out. And down to third. Frazier throws out Young, one away. And the Diamondbacks going to play 4 against the Dodgers in Los Angeles starting tomorrow night. 3-night games and a day game Sunday. There's Aaron Hill. When you look at these 2 ball clubs, they parallel one another on the right side of the infield. First and second base. Reds average first, Diamondbacks second, fourth and first, and doubles. See the Diamondbacks leading in home run and doubles. Of course, you're talking Goldschmidt, Hill, You're talking Votto for the most part, along with Frazier and Brandon Phillips. Pretty good. Swing and a miss.
He was way off on that breaking ball.
You don't see that very often from Hill. He's only struck out 69 times, and he's approaching 500 at-bats on the year. Usually a pretty good guardian of the plate as he sends a foul ball, ricocheting all over the place. Light baseball schedule during the day today. Toronto beat the Yankees a little earlier, 8-5. Sabathia took the loss in that one. Only his 4th of the year, swinging strike 3 and 2 quick outs in this inning for Latos number 4. Now the first ever alumni exhibition game Saturday, September 15th, following the Dbacks Giants game. Join us as we welcome back Luis Gonzalez, Brandon Webb, David DeLucci, Steve Finley, and more. Your favorites. Get tickets now by calling 602-514-8400. Log on to dbacks.com/alumni. You guys are in trouble. They're going to have me on the field with a microphone.
Well, it'll be a lot of fun. A lot of guys are looking forward to coming back.
Yeah. Well, a lot of fun that night. I'll be after that game. The regularly scheduled game. Giants. So it'll make for a nice, fun evening. The purple and teal. Inaugural season shirt on the gentleman with the sunglasses. And that, of course, was an interesting first year. The Diamondbacks lost a lot of games that first season, but sold out every game. 3.6 million fans through the turnstiles. First year ever baseball in the desert. They get here early, watch the roof open. They wait for the game to get over. More than likely a Diamondbacks loss in that expansion season, and they'd wait for the roof to close, and then they'd go home.
Well, I tell you, that used to be the thing.
Yeah.
I used to get excited as a player. Yeah, the music come out there, and fans would all stand around and look up top.
Let's hope on the last couple of homestands we get some nice weather, nice enough to open that roof again. Kubel's having a tough read on Latos here today. 0 for 2 with a strikeout. 2-2 count here. Kubel strikes out again. 5 of the game for Latos. Corbin back to work. He's been breezing. He's only allowed the 1 hit. The story of the ball game here, as we go to the 6th inning, he's allowed only 1 hit to the guy at the plate, the pitcher, Matt Latos. Latos singled with 1 out in the 3rd inning. The only other base runner, a walk in the 2nd inning to Jay Bruce, and that's been it. Patrick has struck out 6. He's retired 8 in a row. And working with a 2-0 lead here. And you ready for this? He's only thrown 55 pitches. Boy, he tied him up there, didn't he?
Boy, he's made a lot of hitters look bad this afternoon.
Well, again, this future. These young lefties we're seeing right now. Skaggs, Miley, and Corbin all in this series. And while Skaggs and Corbin were both on the losing end, both held themselves very accountable. It's hit pretty deep. Young going back, but he's got a beat on it now. And makes the catch. Not too far from that 413 mark. Latos and Young. Latos with a laugh now as he heads back to the dugout. Remember earlier when Young made an out, he and Latos shared a little bit.
And I'm going to tell you what's going to happen, Greg, with these three young left-handers that we have. The longer they pitch together in the rotation, they're going to all get better because they're going to push each other.
Oh, yeah.
And we had that same thing happen when Randy and Kurt were around here. They're friends, but they're competitive, and these guys all want to go out there and one-up each other every time out there.
I don't think there's any doubt about that.
And that's just going to make these guys better and make our ball club that much better. And you see it now.
Yeah, yeah. I mean, Skaggs pitched well the other night. 5 2/3, 3 runs, 2 earned. Miley followed that with 7 innings, 2 runs, but ended up losing. And now here you see Corbin today leading 2-0 with 1 out in the 6th inning, only allowing the 1 hit.
And they're all left-handers, and they're learned from each other's mistakes that they see happen out there on the field.
1-2 count on Zach Cozart. Cozart's had a pretty good rookie year as far as a lot of numbers. The batting average, though, only at .244. He's got 123 hits, scored 67. It's down to third. Wheeler has it, throws cross body. Safe. Schmidt had to come up the line. Cozart will reach with the Reds' second hit. Infield down the third baseline to Wheeler.
I'm not so sure if that would have been fair or foul. What do you think?
I don't know.
Going down the line. Here's a replay of it. Chopper down the line. That would have been fair.
Yeah, you saw Alan Porter too, kind of.
Yep.
The third base umpire indicated would have been a fair ball. Although that's not really his call until it goes beyond the bag. Now Drew Stubbs. Just blew it right by him.
See, and this is what we talk about, neutralizing the game with a left-hander, because more times than not, you're in a 2-run game, and with a quick runner out there, you'd want to steal him to get him to second base for a base hit to try to get him in. Tighten the game up.
Outside, and don't just think it's a major league thing about holding runners. It's an organizational thing about holding runners close and denying that running game. Corbin, Skaggs, all up from the minor leagues, doing a good job. Runner goes. Nieves' throw is into center field, and that runner will go on to third. Yeah. That's gonna hurt here.
Boy, and he got a horrible jump, and Nieves didn't even look like he got a good throw off.
That'll be a stolen base and a need 2.
Boy, look how late he takes off. He's not even halfway. Decent throw would have had him by a lot.
Count's going to 2-1 now on Stubbs. Dbacks will concede a run here up by a pair.
Boy, and I know Nieves is upset with himself because all he had to do was just put a decent throw on the bag. Cozart wasn't even halfway when he received the ball at the plate.
3-1 the count. Scoreboard reads 2-2, but it's actually 3-1. Swing and a miss. Now it's 3-2. Got him. Boy, he needed to strike out, and he got one. That's number 7 for Corbin.
Boy, and that's a third strikeout for Stubbs. It's that breaking ball once again. He's been effective with that all day. When we talk about picking certain guys to take the day off, it's a pretty good chance next year when Stubbs is out there, he's going to have that day off against Corbin. He's got 3 punch outs on the day.
Now tough hitter in Brandon Phillips, who is 0 for 2 against Corbin. Corbin, by the way, with his 7 strikeouts, has matched his career high. Third time he's struck out, 7 in a game. You know, for a young rookie, that's a pretty good total. 3 times he's struck out, 7 in a ball game. Only 11 starts.
Well, this is where he's got to be selective up there. He's got a pretty good hitter at the plate. He's got a left-hander and Jay Bruce on deck.
Twice he's come in on him, missed both times, 2-0.
You got to be careful here not to make a mistake. Phillips will hit one out of here if he gets a good pitch.
There's Bruce waiting on deck. He has walked and struck out against Corbin. And down to third. Wheeler, good throw, will end the inning. And it does just that. Nice job by Corbin. Runner at third on a stolen base and a throwing error with 1 out, but he strikes out Stubbs and gets Phillips on a grounder.
Cup driver Jason Leffler getting a chance to throw out the first pitch, and then really the honor of all honors, dropping the checkered flag on the Legends race. And Jason now joins me down live, and you know, obviously in town helping promote the race coming up in November out at PIR. It's the second to last race of the Cup Final Series. That's always a great event out there.
Yeah, any event at PIR is great. Second to last race of the year for the Sprint Cup Series, so there's a lot on the line there. Great weekend. 4 series are going to be out there, you know, so should be a great event. Telling everybody tickets are going fast, they told me, so they always do. So you better go to PhoenixRaceway.com and snatch them up while you can.
What is it about that track that the drivers love? Because you hear all the guys talk about how much they love coming to Phoenix twice a year.
Yeah, I mean, it's very unique. Both corners are very different, and now they revamped it, reconfigured the track where we used to call it the dog leg, which was just basically a kink. Well, now that's a corner down the back straightaway with a lot of banking. So both ends of the racetrack are very unique, so you got to compromise your race car and your style and everything. So drivers like that.
Now, you used to drive in the Camping World Truck Series, now up to the Cup Series. It's kind of like minor league baseball, getting a chance to go gradually up to the big leagues. Is that very similar?
Very, very similar. Started the year out in Kyle Busch, Camping World Truck, Dollar General Truck, and been in Nationwide, been in Cup Series. I've been up and down, you know, and it's yeah, the Nationwide Series is great. I always had a competitive ride there, and well, now I'm back in the Cup Series, so it's a lot of fun, and it's fun to race on Sundays.
More exciting, more nerve-wracking, throwing out the first pitch or trading paint on a weekend, racing?
Well, at this time of my career, throwing that first pitch out was, I tell you, I've been racing long enough, it's not a big deal anymore. But all my buddies would say, don't bounce the thing, you better get it to the plate, and I did. So nothing that they can't give me a hard time, so deal's done today.
And dropping that checker, you look like you've done that before.
Yeah, I've seen it done quite a bit, but yeah, I tried to jump up and down. It didn't look too enthusiastic when I saw the replay, but I thought I was doing it.
Well, thanks for stopping by, and obviously have a great time out in Phoenix in November. By the way, we're going to start to have some classic races from PIR headed your way on Fox Sports Arizona, so check your local listings. But November, always a great time to be out there at PIR, guys.
All right, thank you. Yeah, you've been out there. I've been out there. It's a great place to watch a race. Fun times.
Thank you.
Well, it really is. And Brad was talking about tickets are going fast. I think Brad's working them for pit passes right now.
Goldschmidt grounded out to the shortstop Cozart, who made a nice play into the hole. And this is Upton, who's been on twice against Latos with a walk and a single and has scored a run. Well, that was some heat, but he checked it up.
96. He's been holding back on that one.
2-2 now on Upton.
Oh, and Upton had a good swing his last time up. Base hit between short and third.
Again, Justin's average has crept up here. He's closing in on 280. But of his last 30 hits, 31 hits now, 24 of those have been singles.
Yeah, and to me, that pitch he just fouled off, when he's going good, he hit that ball out of the ballpark or drive it to right center. He's just pulling off of that pitch just a tad bit.
He strikes out. The ball gets away, but he's out. Won't have to throw. Upton, I guess, did not know that the ball got away. And he saw the catcher, Navarro, look over, and once that hitter starts walking away, the umpire then determines that the out is made. You don't need to throw it to first.
Well, he swings at a breaking ball down in the zone.
Now watch the home plate umpire too. Ron Colby's looking at Upton, looking at the catcher.
Yeah,
and now he calls the out.
And Upton just gave up because he knows he's swinging at a ball in the dirt.
6 strikeout for Latos. Hit pretty well by Wheeler, but it's going to be caught out in left field by Heisey, and the Diamondbacks in order for the 4th time against Latos here this afternoon. We'll head to the 7th. Patrick Corbin back to work, leading 2-0. Kiosk right here at Chase Field during any Arizona Diamondbacks regular season home game. Be back at Chase Field on Tuesday, September 11th for a 2-game series against the Dodgers. Pick up a ticket to either game for just $19 with a Dbacks Pepsi Max value pack. It includes a lower level bleacher ticket, regular size hot dog, 24-ounce Pepsi, a free bottle of Pepsi Max. Call 602-514-4400 or visit dbacks.com/value. 7th inning now. And Bruce hits a deep drive to right. Upton going over, though. He's there. 1 pitch, 1 out. Only the 73rd pitch of this ball game for Patrick Corbin, working into the 7th inning.
Well, you got to think Charles Nagy, the pitching coach, has got to be extremely excited of the way that his youngsters thrown this afternoon. Manager Kirk Gibson.
He's been outstanding. His next start will come against the San Francisco Giants on Labor Day, Monday. Corbin. That'll be a day game. Todd Frazier has fly to center and struck out. And doubles into the left field corner on this one. And again, another Reds hitter jumping on the first one. That's their 3rd hit of the ball game. And one of the harder hit balls against Corbin today.
Yeah, and Greg, and you talked about it earlier about how aggressive these guys are in the zone. They just jump on those first pitch. They wait and they get that fastball. They don't sit around. They don't worry about pitch count from the guys. They know they're going to go out there and swing the bat.
And whenever the Reds get a base runner, they immediately get the tying run to the plate. And this is Chris Heisey. Nagy on the phone to the bullpen. Heisey has struck out and he has fly to right field. Only been 7 hits in this game, 4 by the D-backs, now 3 for the Reds. High for a ball. Well, if Corbin wins this ball game, he'll just look back at last inning. Reds had a runner at 3rd and 1 out. He struck out Stubbs on a 3-2 pitch and then got Phillips to ground out to 3rd. Red Ziegler is up, loosening. Ball 3. Only 1 walk this afternoon for Corbin. That was a leadoff walk to Bruce to start the 2nd. But he's 3-0 on Heisey. He might have the green light here.
Well, there's no doubt. I'm sure he's looking for something to drive.
Took a strike. Reds get their bullpen going. And J.J. Hoover. into left center field and hit deep. And this ball is gone. And that ties this one up. I think what we're seeing with this Reds ball club is a lot what we saw to the Diamondbacks back in 2011. They hang close, and then somebody contributes in a big way, and this time it's Heisey for the Reds.
Well, he fell behind 3-1, had to come right down the middle to him, and Heisey didn't miss that pitch. You see the emotion from their manager, Dusty Baker.
Cairo hits one foul. Oh, that's too bad. He gets this game even.
Man, what a tough break, because he's been throwing so well.
Swing and a miss here.
Well, he can't lose his focus.
No.
He's got to continue to go out there and try to get ahead of the hitters.
And he comes back and he strikes out Cairo for the second out, and a new career high for Patrick Corbin, his 8th strikeout of the ball game.
Boy, he got a quick out on Jay Bruce, first pitch, fly out to right field, and then a double and a homer. Boom, boom,
yeah,
quick.
Bruce and Frazier both swung at the first pitch, the out and the double. You see another hitter, Navarro, swinging to the first one.
That's how quick things can turn in this at this level.
Corbin's spot is due up third in the 7th inning for the Diamondbacks when they hit. He's probably in his last inning of work here. And he'd like to complete 7. Three times in his starts he has gone 7 innings. That's deep down the left field line. And this ball is gone. A home run by Dionner Navarro has given the Reds the lead. And just like that, the Reds have struck for 3 here in the 7th. That ball got out of here in a hurry.
He did. He missed his location. They were trying to set up down and away, and it came right back over the inner half.
So Corbin now has given up 9 home runs. Charles Nagy out, saying, listen, we need that final out here. And then we'll try and get you a couple of runs, get you a win, but right now more than anything we need that final out of this 7th inning.
Yep, and this is a learning process for these guys. They figured it out, you know. 2-0 lead, get out there in the 7th, get a quick out. They're realizing things turn fast.
So Latos stays in now, and now you got to deal with that back of the bullpen for Cincinnati. First 6, 2 hits this 7th inning, 3 hits, and all of the Reds runs, and another hit here by Latos, his second of the game. 4 hits in this inning, and that may force a hand to Kirk Gibson here. He's going to come and remove Patrick Corbin from this ball game and bring on Ziegler. Well, he was outstanding, dominant through the front 6, but along came the 7th, and the Reds have knocked out the youngster, and he will leave trailing in this ball game, leaving a base runner on for Ziegler to try and get the final out. The Reds have struck for 3 and have grabbed the lead here. Corbin leaves to a nice hand. A 3-2 lead in the top of the 7th inning. Tough 7th inning for Patrick Corbin. And obviously not happy with having to leave here now, trailing after leading 2-0 going into the 7th. The Reds have struck for 3. And here is Cozart now against Brad Ziegler. Swing and a miss.
You know what? It's a good sign to see a kid emotional like that, because it just goes to show you that he's caring about what he's doing out there.
No doubt about that. Latos at first base. He's single with 2 out, and that knocked Corbin from this ball game. Nice pitch there from Ziegler. Got him, and the inning is over. But the Reds grab the lead for Latos. A 2-run homer by Heisey and a solo shot by Navarro. 3-2 Cincinnati. I didn't know it was going to be delivered like that. Gonzo, what do you think?
You would have thought Baxter delivered that popcorn, and it was actually Dennis up here at Butterfingers.
Yeah. He was so excited to get it to us, it went all over the place. And that's what we're dealing with right now. But Cactus Corn is good as usual.
Nonetheless, they take care of everyone up here.
Left of the bag. Dennis, you want that? Okay, time to go to work for the Diamondbacks. Now they'll have Jake Elmore, Wilnie Evison in the pitcher's spot against Latos, who stays out there. You wonder about the availability of both Chapman and Broxton today for the Reds. They've worked the last couple of games. The Reds are off tomorrow. Elmore, who has his first major league run batted into this ball game with an RBI double. And they gave the Diamondbacks a 2-0 lead. That came back in the 4th inning. It scored Upton. Latos now with a new lease on life, huh?
Yeah, it'd be nice to see if we can scratch out a couple of runs.
He's come out a little different pitcher here now.
Take Corbin off the hook.
And the first 2 over. Kind of hard to work here.
And we're getting into that. Yeah, we're getting into that danger zone too, because that Cincinnati Red bullpen's lurking around out there.
I don't think there'd be any problem with Marshall. And again, you could probably use both guys because of the off day tomorrow for the Reds. Chapman and Broxton. They have Marshall and Hoover up right now. Back to the screen. Elmore in 33 at bats has drawn 3 walks, struck out twice, 6 hits. Six strikeouts in the ball game for Latos. Into right field, but it's going to hang out for Bruce, and he played shallow, 1 away. And now Will Nieves.
Well, the thing for the D-backs is we haven't been able to come back from we fall behind. Chris Johnson moves out into the on-deck circle.
Nieves went for the downs, fouled it, strike 1.
It's been difficult for these Diamondbacks to take the lead, and then the opposing team comes back and grabs the lead back, and then the Diamondbacks just haven't been able to muster anything up.
There's a base hit. Diamondbacks with a base runner now.
Nice swing by Nieves there.
Let's go down to Brad real quick. Brad.
Well, a nice stroke right there by Will Nieves. The first time I met him, he was in the Dbacks locker room. He had a brand new set of golf clubs, kind of swinging. He says he's taken up the game, just been playing a little while, but he says the golf swing really helps him with his baseball swing, teaches him not to overswing. You don't have to swing too hard. He said his old clubs actually got crushed. They were sitting on the tarmac on the Rockies team charter, and the luggage truck backed up over all the guys' clubs. So he had to go out and get a new pair of golf clubs. But apparently that game helps this game.
Maybe that was by choice. Their manager might have not wanted them to play golf anymore and had them run over the clubs.
Probably not a good idea.
Chris Johnson, really good numbers against Matt Latos in his career. He's a pinch hitter. Look at that. 500 with a home run. Settled for that right now. Another home run. Has yet to hit one at Chase Field. All of his home runs coming for the Diamondbacks have been on the road. He's hit 5 of them.
And it was opposite when he was with Houston, right?
He had 8 home runs at home for the Astros, none on the road. He's hit all of his home runs for the Diamondbacks on the road and none at home. Go figure.
Nice if he can run into a 2-run homer right here.
One down.
Oh, just not a good swing there with a 2-0 count. He got a fastball away and he was trying to hook it.
A couple of his home runs went to right center field when he first joined the Diamondbacks. Takes it low. Top of the order next against Latos. This might be Latos' last hitter. Matt Alberts has gotten up in the Diamondback bullpen. Here's the 3-1 count. Three and 2 now. Well, I'm staying outside on this guy, aren't you?
Yeah. There's no doubt. He should know that in the back of his mind. He hadn't showed him anything in. He knows the power that Johnson has.
Yeah, he knows that Chris Johnson is 7 for, he being Latos, knows that Chris Johnson's 7 for 14 with a home run against him.
He might try to elevate here on him.
Two outs. Strikeout swinging.
Oh, he sets up away. Here you see the Fox track. Every pitch away to Chris Johnson. Got him on a breaking ball. Oh, he's struggling right now. I mean, when he's going good, he has to try to find that stroke to go back to right center field, and it looked like he just pulled off on every single pitch.
Here's Chris Young now. 1 for 3 in the ball game against Latos. So with the strikeout of Johnson, Latos stays in, trying to complete this inning.
Well, there you see Chris's numbers with runners on, 267. Home runs are about even.
Diamondbacks need something here. Trying to snap a 5-game losing streak. They had a 2-0 lead heading into the top of the 7th. Now they're down a run.
Well, let's see if this friendly competition that they have with each other, Latos and CY, see if CY can get the upper hand. He's up in the count, 2 balls and no strikes.
Two-one now.
Well, they're getting good pitches to hit on the outer half. They're just trying to pull it. You see the outfielders playing no doubles. They're playing a little bit deeper than normal. Those patches are out there in left field and right field are usually where the outfielders are standing. They're actually playing behind them.
Heisey's only a couple of steps from the warning track in the left.
They're just trying to keep the ball in front with that 1-run lead.
He's had a couple of good cuts, but just foul balls as a result. Now it's 2-2 on Chris Young. Lato's trying to finish strong here for the Reds. He's looking for win number 11 today. Dbacks beat him in Cincinnati. Trying to return the favor here.
Well, this is where CY's got to get better at a 2-strike approach. He took his cuts the first 2. Now he's got to shorten up and try to put the ball in play. If he makes a mistake, then he can make him pay for it.
Lato's thrown a lot of pitches in this ball game. Still out there. Well over 100. And trying to retire Young. And a shot down to third, but look who was playing him perfectly. Frazier to first to retire the side. No runs a hit. Man left. We'll head to the 8th. 3-2 Cincinnati. Who will be the next D-backs legend? Honored with a 42-foot tall super graphic across from Chase Field. Log on to FoxSportsArizona.com to vote. Now until September 9th. The winner will be unveiled on September 15th. Our AT&T Trivia answer here today for you. Prior to Mike Trout, 3 youngest players at 25 plus, home runs, 40 plus, stolen bases. Cesar Cedeno, Alex Rodriguez, Gonzo got that one right, and Bobby Bonds. Cesar Cedeno is a pretty good player.
Former. Yep.
Matt Latos, this day is most likely finished. And he can watch the rest of the way now, see if his bullpen can protect the lead. Tony Cueto won last night, his 17th. He was directly in front of Latos. Matt Alberzon against Drew Stubbs, Brandon Phillips, and Jay Bruce. Happiest guy in the ballpark is Drew Stubbs. He doesn't have to face Patrick Corbin. 0 for 3 with 3 strikeouts against the southpaw while he was in there.
And to no surprise, first ball swinging once again.
Ball 1 strike. Swing and a miss.
Albers has been impressive since he's been up here with the Diamondbacks.
Acquired from Boston. He has held opponents scoreless in 9 of his 11 games. 1 earned run in 10 innings. Two ball, 2 strike count. Shook off a lot of pitches there. That'll be an infield hit to start the 8th. Stubbs very fleet of foot. I'm sure he's going to be running trying to steal a bag.
Yeah, and that was going to be a tough play for Elmore anyway if he would have made that play.
I don't think there would have been a play for Wheeler had he made that ball diving for it.
Yeah, either way, I think he would have had a base hit.
One of these young kids getting a lot of work before ball games. Yesterday, Matt Williams, who started as a shortstop, working with Elmore. just didn't get the handle there, but he wasn't going to throw out Stubbs anyway. Now Brandon Phillips.
Yeah, and Matty, one of the best defensive third basemen in the major leagues when he played. They get an opportunity, some of these younger players, to work with one of the best. So it's a learning process, learning experience for them. You know, you think you know it all when you get to the major leagues in a hurry, and then you learn real fast, so you got a long way to go.
Boy, that's corked. Young looks back, and it's off the wall out there, and a home run signal by first base umpire Darrell Cousins. So a 2-run shot straight away center by Phillips. And the lead all of a sudden, kind of like last night, goes from 3-2 to 5-2.
Well, he got a fastball, started over the outer half, and just came right down the middle of the part of the plate. For a second baseman, Brandon Phillips has a lot of power.
Oh. Now the lead is 3 for Cincinnati. That's a huge mountain to climb for a Diamondback ball club right now that's having a lot of trouble scoring runs. 5 unanswered runs for the Reds. And a lot of smiling in that dugout.
Well, when you're a team that's playing well like the Reds are, there is no urgency out there. Those guys know when they fall behind, they got a chance to come back.
Wheeler third. Nice play by Bruce. And again, it reminds me an awful lot of the Diamondbacks from last year. That hang in there. If they were trailing late, somebody get a big hit, do something to get them a win.
Yeah, you're exactly right. There's no sense of panic. They know they're going to come back. It's that quiet confidence that you have. This year, you look at the Diamondbacks, and you don't see that same inner energy or positive feeling that they had.
Todd Frazier at the plate now. He has a double today. He got that 3-run 7th inning going against Corbin with 1 out. He doubled, and then Heisey homered. And then after a second out, Navarro homered. Now the Reds have added 2 here in this inning to make it a 5-2 ball game. And they have used the long ball. 3 home runs in the game today. 2 off Corbin, now 1 off Albers. Diamondbacks in danger of going to 2-8 on this homestand.
Going 2-8, you would have never thought, after the emotional wins that they had in Houston, won the last game in St. Louis.
Yeah, you thought after that doubleheader sweep over the Marlins and the day off, the Padres swept them. Now the Reds 6 outs away from doing the same. The Diamondbacks, if you want to analyze their season, they are a 500 ball club, a little bit above 500, a little bit below 500, and a lot of time at the 500 mark. That's just the way the 2012 campaign has gone.
Such a seesaw season for them. Just when you think they're turning the corner, 20 times at 500.
Most over 4, most under 6. Currently at 2, it could go to 3 below. And the bubble kind of has been popped here in 2012.
And then you look across the way, and the Cincinnati Reds have been in first place over 80+ days.
A very confident group right now with a big lead in their own division. 7 games over the second place Cardinals. Ground ball chopped to second. Frazier retired. Central standings, the Pirates are, well, it's not been going good for them. They have fallen to 9 back. They are no longer one of the leaders in the wild card. In fact, they're 4.5 back there. Now, the Reds with a commanding lead.
Yeah, and I think barring any kind of major setback, I think the Reds are going to take that division, and then you're going to have to look for St. Louis to try to grab one of those wild card spots.
St. Louis and Pittsburgh going at it again tonight. Our Nissan textbook question: best team in baseball. Overwhelmingly, people think it's the Cincinnati Reds.
Wow.
Yankees second, Nationals, and then the Rangers.
I would not have gone that way, but
who do you think it is?
I would have said the Rangers and then go with the Yankees right after.
Washington's sliding a little bit right now. They've lost 5 straight. They were 29 games above 500.
Yeah, and I think Washington's had to deal the last month and a half of listening to how many more starts their pitcher's going to have, and I think after a while that just starts to wear your team down, answering the same questions every single day. How many more starts is Strasburg going to have? And you start losing focus of going out there and winning games.
I'll tell you where the Reds have really banged it up. They, with a win here today, would be 21-10 against the National League West. 35-23 in their own division, 17-11 against the East. They were below 500. Interleague play 7-8. Full count now on Heisey. Had the big blow in this ball game. The 2-run homer that tied it in the 7th off Corbin. And now he's got one off Albers. Have a day, Chris Heisey. 4th home run in the last 2 innings. And last 9 batters of this ball game for the Reds. How about that? 9 batters, 4 home runs, totaling 6 runs. These 2 now given up by Albers.
We got a little cutter. Put a good swing on it.
One took it away from the other, but they both had gloves. Just a row back. That made the difference. Heisey only had 4 home runs coming into this ball game. Now he's got 6. Last year he had 18. He's got the potential to have a power day, and he has shown that here this afternoon. Chris Heisey sharing a laugh with Ryan Hannigan, who got this one off. Ground ball to short. Boy, Omar laid back on it a little bit. Still time, and nice stretch over there by Goldschmidt to end the inning. But 3 score, a couple of home runs. Now commanding 6-2 Reds lead. And to Los Angeles, 4-game series with the Dodgers starting tomorrow night. Kennedy Kershaw on the opener. Cahill, Orang, Skaggs, Beckett, and Miley and Capuano. That's Sunday game at 12:30. That'll be the first 4 of the road trip. Then on to San Francisco for 3 and San Diego for 3. Dbacks trailing here now by 4 as they go to the 8th inning, 6-2. That upcoming road trip going to be big, but Diamondbacks sure haven't helped themselves on this homestand.
Well, let's hope they can find it when they get out on the road, find their offense, and try to get back on track. They've been playing better as of late on the road. Haven't been able to play well at home.
J.J. Hoover is on. He throws high. Meletos went the front 7. He's in line to get his 11th win. Aaron Hill has walked and scored today. 0 for 2. The Reds picked Hoover up in a deal with Atlanta right before the season started on April 1st. Infielder Juan Francisco. He just got a call up recently from Louisville when Devin Mesoraco was optioned. But he did perform for almost a 2-month stint for the Reds over 17 games back in late April through late June. Fouls it back. Full count now.
Oh, he's got the easy job. He's got a 6-2 lead. He's just got to throw strikes now.
On the left, that ball would be caught though. Heisey got a late break, but hauled it in, one down. I mentioned the Diamondbacks in danger of going 2-8 on this homestand. That has not happened in a long, long time. Go back 8 years. Last time the Diamondbacks went 2-8 on a 10-game homestand. 2004. That was the year they lost 111.
That was here. That was a long season.
They also had an 0-11 homestand on that in that season against the Dodgers, Giants, Astros, and Rockies. You think was long on the field? You should have been up here. 111 losses that year. Kubel has had a rough afternoon, 0 for 4 with 3 strikeouts. Let's take a look at our tools of the trade presented by Ram Trucks. We're going to look at it. I think we're going to look at Chris Wheeler, Ryan Wheeler. Nice play there on the deflection. A couple of nice plays today, charging that ball. Foul back to the screen by Goldschmidt. Well, let's take a look here at the last few ball games. 5 hits here today, 4 in the game last night, 5 in the ball game on Monday. So a total of 14 hits in 3 games against Reds pitching. And that Padres series, the Diamondbacks had 2 7-hit games and a 4-hit game. The hits just have not been there.
Well, you talk about the D-backs offense. They've only scored 13 runs in their last 6 games. And that includes today.
And again, Corbin obviously struggled in that 7th inning when he gave up the lead, the 2-run homer and the solo home run. But still a little bit more run support for Corbin, for Miley, and for Skaggs. And this series is completely different. Yeah, they pitch well enough.
You're exactly right, Greg. And although it doesn't look good so far for today's game, you've got to be thoroughly impressed with those 3 guys, the way they've thrown.
A pretty easy inning for Hoover with a couple of strikeouts. More frustration from Goldschmidt as he slams the helmet and the bat.
The series against the Dodgers, LA in Colorado in the 3rd inning. Hanley Ramirez, one of the newer Dodgers, takes Drew Pomeranz straight away center field. The 2-run blast. Right now, bottom of the 9th inning, Dodgers leading the Rockies by a score of 10-8. It has just gone final. Dodgers trying to heat up just before the D-backs come to town, guys.
I'll tell you what, though, Brad, the Rockies gave them everything they wanted in that series and almost came back to it. Was that 10-0 game one time? So, all right, Dodgers won their ball game. Giants against Houston again tonight. Barry Zito starting that one. Here it's a 6-2 ball game. with the Diamondbacks trailing. So we go to the ninth, and Brian Shaw comes on. Albers worked an inning, gave up 3 runs on 3 hits, 2 home runs, a 2-run shot, and a solo shot. Navarro hit the home run that put the Reds out on top. It came with 2 out in the 7th inning after Heisey had hit the 2-run homer to tie the game off Corbin. Corbin couldn't get Navarro, and he homered to the Diamondback bullpen. He made it 3-2, now 6-2. Base hit. There's another portion of the ball game, and this team for the Reds, it reminds me of last year with the Diamondbacks. You give one of the bench players an opportunity to play and start, and they come up with a 2 or 3 hit game, hit a home run, and do a couple other things.
Yeah, they've got a nice mixture of guys coming off the bench. You don't miss a lot when you give one of those guys a day off.
Xavier Paul's going to bat now. He hits for Hoover. So Shaw greeted with a single. Reds now have 10 hits in the ball game. 8 of those hits after the 6th inning. They only had 2 hits and no runs through the front 6 off Corbin today. And a little different story over the final third of the ball game. Shaw's going to have to get over. There's no play. Shaw didn't get over. Goldschmidt made a diving effort for the ball. That's an infield hit. The first 2 have reached.
Where you see Goldie diving for the ball.
He tried to get back.
Well, he knew Shaw wasn't getting over. We feel your pain there, sir.
Yeah, it's 2 on, nobody out now for Cozart. Cozart has a hit today, 1 for 4 in the ball game. Going outside, ball 1. The Reno Aces season, they have about 7 games remaining on their schedule, and they're closing in on a good finish. And it's one of the reasons why Adam Eaton, 37 steals. Look at that on base percentage, while that average is right under 380.
What an incredible season for Adam Eaton.
He's only, what, 5'8", 5'9".
Little guy, big heart.
Yep.
PCL Rookie of the Year. That's just another feather in the cap for the Diamondbacks, because a couple years ago that minor league system, there was nothing. Now
build it back up in a hurry, didn't they?
Exactly.
Eaton, along with a couple of guys currently up here, Wheeler and Elmore, named to the PCL postseason team, all-star team. Wheeler, when he came up, and he's been up here for a month, had 90 runs batted in, which led all of the minor leagues. Elmore had a big year, Reno. They're now playing a lot for the Diamondbacks on the major league level. Two count on Cozart.
Shaw needs to make a quality pitch here at 2-2. 2 runners on.
Cozart fouls one.
I don't think Cozart knew where that ball was. He was looking the other way.
Did you happen to see whom the Reds play next as we take a look at this next pitch?
Here's the swing by Cozart, and He's looking up, and the ball is down the first baseline, foul.
The Reds go home. They play the. Excuse me. They go to Houston. Play the Astros. Doesn't matter where you play the Astros these days. Shaw's first appearance back after a trip to Reno. He came in and he struck out the side, but has struggled a little bit since. And he's given up a couple of hits to start this ninth inning, and he's 3-2 on the hitter Kozar. Back to the mound. They need to turn 2, and they will turn 2. 1-6-3. A Red routine, but a lot of times it doesn't turn out that way.
Yeah, he got a nice one hopper hit right back to him. Took his time getting it over to Elmore, and Elmore makes a nice throw over to first. Nice easy double play.
Sometimes you see that pitcher maybe hesitate, not know who's covered, maybe ease up, the throw is sail or get away, but Shaw completed it. Now he's got a chance to get out of this if he can get Stubbs. Two outs here. Dbacks going to have one last crack at it in the bottom of the ninth. Fouled back at a good cut. In the Cincinnati bullpen, Jose Arredondo gets up.
Oh, their big guys get a day off today.
4-run lead at the moment. Anybody gets on, though, they'll adjust. That is such a nice weapon to have down there, that bullpen the Reds possess with that guy. Aroldis Chapman especially closing it out. He went around. That inning's over. Fourth time that Stubbs has struck out. And that's it for the Reds. They failed to score. Last chance for the D-backs, down 6-2. Time brought to you by Miller Lite. Big day for Chris Heisey. 2-run homer. Tied the ball game. That was in the 7th inning. Next time around against Matt Albers, he hits a solo blast. Numbers 5 and 6 on the year. The Reds have hit 4 home runs in the ball game, and they have a 6-2 lead as we go to the bottom of the 9th inning. Dbacks going to send up Upton, Wheeler, and Elmore. Nice chance to try and get something done here. Dbacks on the verge of going 2-8 on this homestand. Arredondo's 57th game. Jose Arredondo. Good ERA. Not many hits for innings pitched. Opponent's batting average very low. Wiley's had a very good year.
Does he take a strike here?
Well, I would think so, wouldn't you?
I would. You never know, though.
Upton is
try to get some base runners on.
1 for 2, a run scored, a walk.
Didn't look like he was taken.
Nice pitch.
Well, I think the way this homestand's gone, these guys can't wait to get back out on the road.
Well, and here's the thing. Diamondbacks with a loss here would be 4-13 over the last 17 home games, but in their last 16 road games they've gone 10-6 through some tough stops. They got the toughest of the tough coming up now and in the division, especially the first 7 against the teams you're trailing. First the Dodgers and the Giants.
Oh, and even if they would have went 500 at home, they'd still be making up some ground.
The Dodgers with their win today got to 70 on the year. They're 70 and 61. Dodgers snapped a 3-game losing streak. Their one against Colorado. Dbacks somehow, some way, trying to avert a 6th consecutive loss. A week ago today, the Diamondbacks played that day-night doubleheader and swept the Marlins.
Yeah, and everybody was feeling pretty good about themselves when they left the ballpark that afternoon. Had the off day the next day, and then the losing streak came right behind it.
So Justin's run the count full here to start this bottom of the 9th inning. Diamondbacks need base runners. They are a grand slam away. Wheeler next. Remember, they still have Montero on the bench today. He did not start. Parr is available. They've used Johnson. They also have John McDonald available. 1 out.
Just too big a swing there with 2 strikes. Here's a replay of the swing. For me, the game's changed so much in the last 5-6 years. In the past, you'd have guys up there spread out, 2-strike approach, trying to put the ball in play, get on base. And that didn't look like any type of 2-strike approach swing.
Ryan Wheeler today is 0 for 3. Again, only 5 hits this afternoon. And only 1 hit since the 4th inning. That was by Nieves. 5 times in the 8 innings today, the Diamondbacks have been retired in order. Heisey coming on and left. Drop. For some strange reason, Chapman is up in the bullpen. Sam LeCure. Jake Elmore, last chance for the Diamondbacks to keep this one going. He's got an RBI double, his first run batted into the big leagues. Looks at ball 1 low. So the next time Luis Gonzalez and I talk to you will be tomorrow night, Dodgers Stadium in Los Angeles. Look at the new look Dodgers as we have the first of 4. We'll get on the play right field side. And again, the pitching matchup, Kennedy and Kershaw. And we'll be looking for win number 12, Kershaw for number 13. And the USC Trojan back home. Tyler Skaggs will be pitching before a large contingent in that series of family and friends. Strike 2 now on Elmore.
You got to be wondering what those guys are talking about right now.
Back up the middle, and that's a base hit. Or hit that ball sharply right back up the middle for a 2-out single to keep it going. Getting Will Nieves to the plate. That's a good swing here by Elmore.
He really was. Kept his weight back. Had a nice follow through. Base hit right up the middle.
Want to know the count?
Well, Nieves got a base hit his last time up.
Paro hoping to get into bat here. Hit it well out in front, fouled it.
That's hard to do right there. Take a full swing and foul that ball.
Or he fouled it.
Almost behind you.
As we pan down, you'll see where that ball landed. Two balls and a strike. It was an intentional walk today along with a hit. Montero got the day off.
Miggy, I'm sure, is going to take a big workload on here on this next road trip.
We're at that juncture now where everybody's got to take on that big workload. Nieves thought it was low and complains to Ron Pulpa. 2-2 the count. And walks away. What do you think? Borderline.
Well, he better be swinging here after that last call.
Ground ball to short. This should end it. Cozart to second. The Reds complete the sweep. And the Diamondbacks end this homestand with a record of 2-8. Currently 9 games behind the Giants, pending the outcome of their ball game tonight. Tough one here. Pat Corbin through the front 6, brilliant today. Was tagged for a 2-run homer by Heisey to tie the ball game. Navarro put him ahead with a solo home run in that 7th. That makes Corbin a loser. Latos gets the win. Post-game show coming up next for Luis Gonzalez, Brad Steinke. I'm Greg.